Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, January 2022. We're glad to be back. Thanks for
crazy
joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. We were gone. Our last episode was December 15th. That was our 100th episode, and we were off for a good 2.5 weeks, and damn, did it feel good.
It was good.
It's always good to take a break. So this studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. They work on everything but Volkswagens and Teslas. You can see their new logo up in the corner. They are under construction right now, too. They're adding 4 new bays and a beautiful office and waiting area, all that stuff. So, I'm excited for their progress for their new building. It's going to be awesome. If you can share the show to all the Facebook groups and Twitter groups and subscribe and all that shit. I realized that I forgot to as I see Twitch on there. I forgot to update that, but it doesn't go every show. Something fucks up. Like I'm going to be honest with you.
We're pros. It's okay.
Yeah, we're pros.
Just like I just replied to John on all 3 platforms. It's
yeah, you figured it out. We're rusty. We had a couple of weeks off. John says, I thought y'all got drunk and forgot about the podcast. Oh, no, that was rough last time, man. Let me tell you. If you can go to gigeconomy-podcast.com, we've added a few things in there. We've also added a calendar on when we actually live stream because our good friend Steve from Rideshare Rodeo kept bugging me about, hey, when do you stream? Do you go on this week or next week? So you can go there and find out the days that we stream. It's always 9:00 on a Wednesday, but it's every other week. We also have a TikTok. I have not added anything again. We've been kind of on a hiatus. If you go to TicTok.com, search Gig Economy Podcast. You can find us there. We'd love if you could follow us if you're a TikToker. And why wouldn't you be? Right, Jesper?
Oh, it's a time robber. I can't be TikTok for too long.
That's why I asked you.
I know. I can't. It steals my whole day.
You need to set limits on your phone, bro.
I can't.
It's because it's an Android phone, right?
No, I'm sure I can. I just don't want to.
I want to thank our Patreon members, of course, Keith from Indiana, Janet from New Zealand, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, and Bud Dickman from, we don't know. He is.
We know who he is.
Yeah, it's John from North Carolina. He said he didn't want to put his real name on there, but whatever. Real quick,
he has many aliases. Who knows?
Yeah, he is a little secretive. It was so fun to have him on. Oh my god!
Oh, it was so good to finally meet him after all these years. It was good.
Yeah, it was incredible. I really enjoyed him being up here. If you want to join our Telegram group, it's in the description of all the posts. We'd love to have you on there to talk gig work. Starting to get a little busy in there. There's more gig work being talked. Right now, Jesper and I are remote because of COVID. No, fuck that. We're remote because we're in a winter storm warning. We got about a foot of snow out of there right now. So that's why we said, you know what? We can do this remote. Why drive and get crazy and get in an accident? So I worked about till 10 o'clock today and then called it a day.
School's out too. What the hell?
School's out. Bastard kids. Man. So yeah, check out our Telegram group. Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. I'd love for you to check out his show. Him and I and Harry from the Rideshare guy. I had a brain fart right there. We just did a collab yesterday that's going to come out next week. It was so fun. We kind of talked about the year of 2021 and what we think is going to happen in 2022. It's about an hour and 15 minutes, and it's packed full of content. So look for that coming. That was fun. And then, yeah, that's about it. I'm going to jump into stories from the road. I actually have a story. It's a small story. So as you know, and maybe you don't, I mean, maybe I've kept it a little secret. I shop for Walmart. It's called Spark, and it's good right now. It's one of those things that it's a little bit new. So, when new things come out, it gets a little, the money's okay, and so that's what I'm doing right now. It's kind of been getting a little bit harder to get orders, maybe because I'm talking about it. I don't know. But I was there this didn't happen yesterday. Yesterday or 2 days ago. So I'm in the frozen food section and I need some cinnamon waffles. So I go up there and there's an old man there, older, I would say maybe 50s. Like I'm 45. Fuck, like
Hey,
50s ain't old. Like
don't
what am
call
I
him
talking?
old then. He's
I
not
know,
old.
right? And so I see that the cinnamon waffle area is low. And I'm watching this guy and he's opening the box of each cinnamon waffle package and taking them out. And I don't know what he's looking for because they're in a package inside the box, right? So I'm like, okay, this guy's a weirdo. So I'm like, I went to something else on the list in another aisle, and then I came back. He's still fucking there. So then I get real close behind him, not like weirdo close, but enough to know that he could feel the pressure. And he finally didn't grab anything and walked away. I opened that door. 4 of the boxes, the only ones were left, were all opened of the cinnamon waffles. Like, what do you think he was looking for? Enough cinnamon?
I don't know. Did you take one of each?
I didn't look long enough to open it, but I had to substitute for my customer because this asshole opened all the cinnamon waffles that were left. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to present that to my customer like, here's your waffles. They're open. I swear I didn't take one. I mean, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. So that was my story from the road. It's not even on the road. It's in the store. But that guy was clearly
Hey,
doing
it's the
something
road.
with his cinnamon waffles. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's on the road. It's on the aisle road. But anyways.
It's out working, You out working.
Yeah. Yeah. So just for our market right now, things have really slowed down to a crawl. Amazon routes are just bottom feeders again. The last route I got was on New Year's Eve. I did take a route, a 3-hour for $171. And that was fucking awesome. So I was done in 2 hours and 15 minutes and then went home and celebrated New Year's by going to sleep before midnight.
What?
Yes.
I stayed
What
awake.
about you?
It was hard, but I stayed awake.
Yeah, exactly. You've been going to bed early too at like 10
I
o'clock. So
know. Not even,
midnight
man.
must have been
Tonight is gonna be
brutal.
I know, it was brutal. I obviously have no stories from the road because I'm not out there. I'm not on the road, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Things are still kind of crazy, so
Yeah, you moved into your new house and COVID's still a disaster. And so,
ugh.
yeah, I mean, I have to do it because it's gig work and that's how I get paid. But, I'm not taking passengers right now. I know one of our good friends in the Telegram group did get COVID from taking passengers, and he got right back on the saddle after he was done with his quarantine. He's still taking
Mhm.
passengers, so I got to give it to him for that. So, but
Well, did they lower the quarantine to 5 days now? I think they heard. I heard, yeah.
I think so. I thought that was just for healthcare workers, though. I'm not sure it was for everybody, but I don't know. I can't keep up with that shit, man. I'm telling you,
No,
it's just too
there's
complicated.
too much shit going on.
Yep. I do my shit and try to keep my head down and just plow forward. So,
I guess
all
I
right.
could share my one story is we did go ahead and book tickets for Denmark this year. So hopefully nothing crazy will happen and then things won't go, crazy again. So we can actually go. So
What month of the year did you book them for?
July.
Okay. So
So
I
so
think,
Denmark is definitely more interested in the summer. Right now it's a lot of gray and Denmark is like the same. It's a longitude as the UP.
mm,
So it's pretty dark most of the day.
okay.
Like it'll be dark around 3:30, 4 o'clock. You know,
Okay. Wow.
so
Yeah.
in
Gross.
the winter, so it's already getting lighter, of course. But yeah,
Well, that'll be good. Hopefully things will die down. I think they will die down
oh
as
yeah.
summer and people get out of their house and stuff like that. They're not bundled up. So, hi
Hey
Janet. Thanks for
Janet.
chiming in.
Sorry.
All right, before we move on to our first story in the news, just talk about Irv. Oh shit, I didn't upgrade this. Oh, thank God Megan's not on. I didn't upgrade their new logo. Well, you can kind of see it in the
What are
corner.
you doing, Jason?
I know, man. It's the B team. It's my second
Then
screw up of this episode.
the new logo is on the website and it's in the corner. So,
Anyways, Irvine's auto
and
repaired.
by the way, Megan, it's a sweet logo. Sorry. Go ahead and say the Morgan.
No, I'm used to you interrupting me in the ads. That's okay. No worries. Um, You can call them at 532-6600 irvines.com. Even though there's 17 logos on the screen right now, the same service is there. If you do go in there, the office is at the building across the street because they are under construction right now. They're putting in 4 new bays and a new waiting area. It's freaking tits. I mean, it is awesome. I can't wait till it's done. So I think they poured some walls today. Probably not they were planning on it, but probably not with the weather. But yes, they are the number one auto repair place in the world, voted on by me. So you got to check them out. Irvines.com to schedule service or call them 532-6600. Talk to Bruce, Jamie, or Megan. I prefer the ladies. No, nothing against Bruce, but he always tries to hit on me when I call. No, I'm just kidding. He'll never hear this. He'll never hear this. I can't believe I said that. If Megan was on, she'd be dying.
Oh, wow.
Again, they are the studio sponsor, and they have just kicked ass and rocked out. And if you need your car fixed, please go there and please mention our name because that's how they keep supporting us, and we appreciate it. Did you like the Bruce comment?
I'm no comment.
Please don't say anything more. So TikTok is launching a delivery-only restaurant across the U.S. in March. I'm like, okay. So this is kind of a long article. You can look it up if you want to, but basically is the social app is partnering with Virtual Dining Concepts and Grubhub to launch TikTok kitchen branded delivery only restaurants across the United States next year. The menu at the restaurants will draw upon the most popular viral food posts on TikTok, which people can have delivered to their door via Grubhub. Basically, these are all like, what do they call them? Ghost kitchens.
I was gonna say, it sounds like it's the same thing as Mr. Beast burgers.
Yeah, I think it's going to be obviously it's at a list of 300 locations, so they're all going to be virtual, those things like that. They're not getting into the delivery service, but I don't know. It's kind of a like, hey, I'm an influencer on TikTok. Go to such and such and buy the such and such sandwich or something.
Do you think that would work in Grand Rapids? I'm kind of thinking Grand Rapids is too small for that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
even that Mr. Beast burger, I know you're obsessed with it, but I don't
I'm
hear a
not.
lot of people.
I've only done one.
I thought you were.
No, it doesn't even taste that good. Sorry.
No, that's totally
just a normal
fine.
burger.
I mean, they definitely are never going to be a sponsor. We're losing Irvines. They're our former sponsor.
Irvine's former sponsor.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys are listening and get an order for this, I don't know how you would know if it was through TikTok, but yeah, I think it's kind of interesting. TikTok is just killing it right now. Like, if I had more time, I would create TikToks, but I am just not that creative when it comes to that kind of stuff. So,
but how are they making money on it? That's what I don't get.
I don't know. They raised a bunch of money for it. They're taking the investment to fund additional technology, enhancing corporate infrastructure. I don't know. It's probably just a thing to get people to talk about it like us, like we're talking about it right now. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, yeah, TikTok launching delivery only service.
Anyways, TikTok. So DoorDash is going to, and they actually used to do this before, but they're going to require that all their employees delivers goods or perform other gigs, and some of the employees are not happy.
This is awesome.
So basically, before the pandemic, they used to do this, and so the delivery service is reinstating WeDash, is what they call it. That requires every worker up to and including the CEO to perform delivery or other duties once a month. So it's only once a month, right? But they're doing it for humanitarian services, or the money that they make on it, they donate to philanthropic efforts. So DoorDash confirmed Thursday that it told employees this week it is reinstating the program called WeDash in January. The company said it has had the program since its inception, and in 2018 tied it to a philanthropic effort to address hunger and food waste. So basically they put it on hold because of the pandemic, and now they're coming back with it. And so because not everybody can do deliveries, they're also adding something called We Support, where people will have the ability to to shadow a customer service worker to kind of
Oh,
figure out what that is. So, and they're also going to offer something called We Merchant, a way for employees to take a closer look at the merchant support side of DoorDash business. So basically, a lot of people are not, not happy about it. There's an app called On Blind. There's an app called Blind, basically where people can talk about, their employers and other stuff anonymously. And a thread on Blind is talking about this, and it has about 1,500 comments. The post, which is titled "DoorDash Making Engineers Deliver Food," includes profanity and statements such as, "I didn't sign up for this. There was nothing in the offer letter job description about this." So basically, I actually think it's okay.
yeah. I mean,
I-
are they working a whole week in this role, or is it like one
doesn't say
day?
it, just once a month, right? It
Okay.
doesn't say. My guess is it's one day a month, and DoorDash is still going to pay them what they're making, right? They're
Yes.
getting their salary. And the thing that I was thinking about it was, so these are engineers, these are people working on the app, improving the app, doing the support. This is vital information that they'll get by actually using the system.
Yes.
I mean, they're out there testing it, trying to figure out, well, how does it actually work? Because there's such a big difference in sitting behind your computer and thinking things out and think, oh, this is how it's going to work, yada, 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 to actually seeing how it works in real life.
Yeah.
And this gives them an opportunity to really see that. So when I read the article the first time, I was like, this is really cool. This is an excellent effort. And so they're doing it, to support not, nonprofits. Why not? I
Yeah. All
don't
the
see a
money they
problem with that at all.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, like if you went to school and have all this debt because of all this college
But you're
education
still
you
getting
have.
paid. You're
I
still
know,
getting paid the exact same money.
but see, people view stuff different. They're like, I'm too high on that. Like I'm too high on the scale of life or whatever. Like, why should I have to do this work because I'm better than so and so? But it's a really
You
good
know,
idea.
I was just gonna say, so there's a Danish commercial that came out a couple years ago, and it is a lady, it's a female taxi driver. This was not she's not an Uber driver. She's just a taxi driver. And so she's driving these two unemployed persons around, and they came right out of school, and they both of them have multiple degrees, and they both refuse to take a job that is quote unquote beneath them, right?
Yeah.
Now, what you forget is in Denmark, all schooling is paid for,
Oh.
right? So it's paid for by the government, which means it's paid for everybody, right? And so she's sitting there doing the math, and she's like, "Well, why aren't you guys working?" Well, why would I take a shitty job like such and such, and like a factory worker? And she goes, "I work in a factory," and they're like, "Oh, well, I don't mean that kind of factory worker." I was like, "What?" I make 100,000 a year, whatever she says. So basically, I paid for your education. How do you think that is? And she kind of does the math, and it's so true. We have this effort. People are getting these educations and they don't want to, it's beneath them to go flip burgers at McDonald's. Okay, just go do something. I don't care. Don't sit on your ass.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
no, if you get a degree that there's no work in, I'm sorry. Do something else then.
Right. Yeah.
It's just it makes me so upset that people are like, well, I'm like this such and such. Why would I spent all this money and spent all this time becoming an electric engineer, and there's no jobs in my in my area. Oh well, boo hoo. Either move or go get another job. There's
I
lots of
know.
jobs.
But I'm
I'm
guessing
sorry.
that's why DoorDash is getting pushback, but I totally
Sure.
agree. It's kinda like a bean counter that's making decisions on the floor because of money and doesn't realize how it affects people. Like, even, as simple as we just got done with Christmas, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where the boss cuts
Right.
the bonuses, and then he's like, "I didn't realize how it affect the little people." Like, people up there don't realize it, and so it's good for them to get out and get their hands dirty and say, "Well, this app sucks ass. I need to work on this, blah, blah, blah." So, we'll see.
Yeah. It's
Before we
good fun actually trying it. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Before we move on, Steve, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Love
Thank
Steve.
you,
Check out his
Steve.
podcast, Rideshare Rodeo. Go to ridesharerodeo.com. Check that out. And yeah, I was just on a show on Tuesday. So Seeing I'm gonna be hearing Steve's voice a lot this week. I was on his show on. Oh no, I was on his show on Monday. And then I was with him and Harry on Tuesday, and then we got the radio show on Friday. I'm gonna be so
And
sick of Steve.
we can't forget that Steve is also a big supporter of our show. He
Oh yeah,
donated what we drank New Year's Eve, so it was all good.
yeah. I finished a bottle. There was about a third left, and that was
That
gone in
was
like.
my favorite whiskey, and you drank all of it.
Dude, it was good. I'm gonna buy some more of it. We have a great place around the corner that sells really high end
And you
stuff.
gotta go down to the World of Wine on 28th Street. I have to go down to
Oh
that one.
yeah,
That's
it's too far away from me.
it's just down by the
It's
highway.
on the east side of the city. I don't want to drive all the way over there. You know me. I like to stay in
It's for
Granville.
it's for booze.
Yeah, I got a beautiful place. DeSchuler's right next to B Dubs. Why would I go all the way down to 28th Street?
I don't know.
Support local, man. Don't go to the wine
Hey, it's
fucking
still
world.
local. It's still local.
Okay. And tell they're a sponsor, they can fuck off.
Oh,
All right.
and now they will never be a sponsor. I think you're doing a good job burning them bridges tonight, Jason. This is awesome.
Can you imagine if they reached out? I would be devastated. They're like, hey, we were actually thinking about it, but not anymore. I would literally cry after I read that email.
But honestly, though, I mean, do you really? Well, I guess maybe. I don't know. I mean, I always think about audience, and it's like,
Yeah, no, they would never be a sponsor.
yeah, here you go. Have a fifth of scotch, and now go drive.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure everyone that listens to this or is a gig worker probably partakes in some alcohol, but yeah, I don't think they kind of fit our market. We want to keep these guys sober.
Always drink after, not before.
That's right. Right. Always. I've never done that. Okay. What do we got? Okay, so this Amazon driver had a really, really rough day. It's a little bit of a long video. If it gets slow, I'll bump out of it. But just as a reminder, you will not be able to hear us speak during the live stream, but you can check the audio podcast that comes out on Monday. You can hear us talk shit about it. That's just a StreamYard kind of thing. So let's get into it.
This Amazon driver is about to make a rash delivery. The delivery woman seems to be in a bit of a hurry. She forgot to put her car in park. It slowly starts moving towards the house. It crashes into the newly built wall.
Okay. I know that was a little long, but it was worth it. So many things wrong with that. I mean, first of all, she didn't stop, take pictures, talk to the customer.
No.
She didn't know how to back up. First of all, why are you driving that giant van? Have you ever noticed UPS drivers never pull into the driveway?
Right.
I mean, very rarely they pull into the driveway. I mean, they shouldn't unless they have a giant package to unload, but
so that was a BMW Sprinter van, a BMW Sprinter van. I don't think they use Sprinter vans over here. I think it was in the UK.
Well, whatever. Doesn't matter what kind
no,
of
I
van
understand. Well, I was just thinking. I think it was a UK driver, so it happened over there. But it's still a big van. There's no
Yeah, it's
doubt.
a big van. I mean, clearly. And I get it when you're in a hurry doing Amazon. I don't think I've ever not put my car in park, but I have forgotten to put my car in park before. It's not it probably happens once every couple of years or something. Just not thinking whatever, but um yeah, you can't be doing that. John says UPS tell their drivers most accidents happen when you're in reverse backing up. Yeah, John, I actually was a seasonal driver for them. Spent an entire week training for driving, not delivering packages, not any of that. Training for driving, and they have
Right.
a backup counter. And if you get too many backups during the day, they will talk to you. So yeah, you don't see them backing up very much. They're the best driver. They're the best delivery drivers in the world. I mean, they are the safest drivers in the world for obvious reasons because they train the shit out of them. I'm like, oh, no, I got paid, but it was 40 hours. It was written tests. It was memorization and driving. I'm like, for a seasonal job, like shit, give me the truck and let's get this shit done. That's what my attitude was.
Well, they probably. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because at least
Yes.
they're teaching their drivers correctly. They don't have to pay all this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I did learn in that driving class, and I've taken with me personally in driving, is always clear an intersection. Like if you're at a red light and it turns green, look left and look right. Even if you're going through at a regular speed, look left, look right. You just never know. And did you
Right.
know that if strike that, if a UPS driver is in a not at fault accident, they can still get fired from there?
Oh, I did
From
not
their
know that.
job? Yeah, now the union will get their job back, but they'll fire them because they got involved in an accident, so even though, it wasn't their fault, but anyways.
Right. Yeah, John,
Um
actually what you're saying there about the whole left and right turns, that was a back when I was in school, I learned that they had people actually software calculating all the UPS routes to specialize in right turns only. And I forget the math, but they saved some insane amount of money by doing that.
Yeah, I heard that too, but when I was training, they never said that. They're like, "Here's your route. This is how I do it, blah, blah, blah." They didn't say, "Hey, make sure you only make a right,
Mhm.
and
But
make
the
no
routes is
left."
specified for it. That's the thing. So the routes will be planned that you will have more right turns than left turns.
Yeah, so what I was saying though, Jesper, is even though they plan it, drivers do whatever they want.
Oh, you don't have to follow the route?
Mm-mm. There's
Oh,
no GPS, there's nothing. You can print maps out in the morning and then that's all you get. They just give you no, maybe they put it in order of your truck, like what part of the day it should go, but you don't
right.
have to follow that order. But
Oh,
I do the same thing, and maybe it's my old age. I hate turning left. There's areas that I will go farther to turn right so I don't have to
sure.
make a left. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm annoyed and I don't want to wait that long, but anyways.
Well, then
Not
there's
a
the
word.
intersection you know what is impossible to do a left out of, right? I mean, all that shit.
Yeah, literally, John, that's what it was. We printed maps out that's what it was. It wasn't turn by turn, but it was like an overview and it showed where your stops were so you could plan out your day. But I think they're slowly getting into GPS. As I was leaving, the old guys were complaining about it, but honestly, I had such a small area. Within a week and a half, I knew my streets, and I was like, "Boom! I don't even need maps anymore. Like I know where this house is. I know which way I have to turn. Blah blah blah." So,
Yeah, because
anyways,
your route is always the same, right?
yeah, typically, unless you're like kind of a floater, but yeah, I had the same route. I was northwest side by where you live. Yes, we're not right, but I was like Koval and Leonard over there. That's what my route was. So
Speaking of delivery by by me and so we actually got so even though so there we are in the middle of a giant snowstorm right now. We probably had like I don't know 10, 15 inches fall today. We had a prime guy which deliver some stuff at our doors.
oh yeah, they don't quit.
It's like what? I'm like
I had a
stay
I had a
safe.
I had a FedEx delivery too today. Like I mean, they keep going. I mean, very rarely they'll pull UPS drivers off the road. They may have today, but not FedEx and not Amazon. Anyways, uh, anyways,
Thanks, Steve. I got rid of him.
You know, I've seen that person before. I didn't know if it was a bot or not, but
No,
anyways.
it was Russian. We don't care.
Oh, I would be more worried about your comment than the sponsors. You're insulting Russians. All right,
Well,
let's move on. You're up next, Jesper. It's kind of a funny thing.
so this was kind of a weird thing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't weird. Oh shit! Did I? Oh no, I did. I did load it. So.
Are you gonna put the picture up?
Well, excuse
So-
me. Got him.
So basically, oh my gosh. So this is a obviously, I think I took it off the Facebook or whatever. But he goes, I picked up a lot of people from Jesus, Xavier, Princess, Queen, Batman, and Cash, but this one got me cracking up. So come on, there you go. And his name is Your App Sucks.
It's funny, but again, it makes me think about why can you add whatever you want in there? I mean,
Oh yeah.
this is kind of a serious transaction. Transporting people is a serious job. Yeah, we can have fun, but like I want to know what your name is. I don't know why, but your app sucks. By the way, your app does suck. I agree with you, but
So I think it ties a little bit in. I actually read an interesting article this week about Airbnb. And so basically, we all know that in the early Uber days, the name that you would have to put the real name in, right? And it was a people were using it for racism, right? Or whatever. They would they would turn down rides based on some names and so forth. And so that's when they started doing, not even showing the name to the riders until after you take the ride and that kind of stuff. So I read an article just the other day that Airbnb is going to try the same in some areas where they are going to not show the name of the person requesting the room until after it's been accepted.
That's fair.
It isn't. Yes, it is, but it's interesting to see how it's going to work.
Well, I find is once they've sold the deal is done, I want their real name. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it. Like I'm fine not knowing the name until we're in a business transaction now.
Right.
I want to know your real name. I don't need to know it up until that point. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah. No, and I don't have a problem with it per se because it was never, I never did that. I would have never turned down a ride based on what the name was.
I wouldn't.
That's not who I was. Now, I did turn down a ride based on where they were being picked up, particularly after 1 a.m. in the morning.
Well, I mean, that's just going to happen,
Right.
I mean, everyone does that. You can't say you just go wherever you know what I mean. It's a money thing. It can be a safety thing too. I'm sorry. There's hoods in the world. That's just what it is.
Correct.
But it doesn't have to do anything with the name.
True. Hey, Marissa, how are you doing tonight?
Okay. So this next one is I feel bad for people named Karen, women, because this is how I label everything when we got when someone
wait. So you just gender determined that name? It could be a man named Karen.
You're right. I've never met one, but thank you for correcting me and putting me in my place. I appreciate that. I am going to just play this video and go get my lashes here. All right, here we go.
I'm going to enjoy this.
What, the lashes? You want to do it right on my booty? Okay,
come on.
Bro, you being mad disrespectful.
You're the one that came in the car. You're still not on us. So you're showing exactly what the reason why I'm kicking you out.
Hi, I have an Uber driver being mad disrespectful. I just paid $14 to get to school, and he's kicking us out.
Okay, what's the address?
It's 41st Street.
41st Street.
41st Street, ma'am.
11.
What kind of car are you in?
It's a black car.
A black car. Stay
You know what? For this, I'm not going to school, bro. He blew my head. Hello?
Bro, how is he just gonna kick us out?
I don't know. He's being mad disrespectful.
Let's go.
You being mad disrespectful? No.
You got $1 for the bus?
You got $5 for the bus? No.
It's not my fault. You're
gonna
Ray, stop screaming, cause how is her actions gonna cause with everybody's actions?
He's paying $14 right now.
How does that work? I don't understand.
He's paying $14 right now. Give me $14 right now. Give me $14 right now. I just paid $14. No, I'm not taking another Uber. No, we're not getting out. You being mad disrespectful. You bought her or something?
No.
Like you heartless or something? You're useless.
Okay.
You're going to hell for this.
All right. You're wasting my time. You're wasting your own time.
You're wasting my time.
Right. Okay.
I just not even cancel.
We paid $4.
Because I just turned around saying this, that. So you're making a slate one for no reason.
I have 2 individuals in my vehicle that are doing Uber and they don't want to get out the car.
We paid $14.
No, the girl called.
We paid $14.
The girl called.
We paid $14.
You can hear her. You can hear her in the background. They won't get out my.
We're not gonna get out.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
So what was the first problem, Jason?
Well, she was eating in the car.
No, the initial problem is they're under 18 and both in his car.
Well, we can't confirm that. They could be going to college. I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it. Well, again, you got to understand, we don't know why she got kicked out, why he wanted her out. Maybe because
I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying. I mean, he did the right thing. I'm just saying, if he would have checked or denied before they even got in the car, because there's no way they were 18. No way.
No, but he was being mad disrespectful, bro. Mad disrespectful.
Mad disrespectful.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, it's so frustrating. Again, every time I see one of those videos, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to drive passengers anymore. I don't want to deal with that. It's just so frustrating.
So, John, what does Steve do to minors? That's I need to know.
I don't get that. We know what Steve does to minors. Whoa.
Steve. There's an implication there, John. Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be our new thing. Mad disrespectful.
Mad disrespectful.
I'm gonna try to remember that. Like when someone is like on our show, another video, I'm like, Mom, mad disrespectful, bro. Mad disrespectful.
We need to talk to Pete. Maybe he was mad disrespectful. Sometimes.
Yes. Come on, bro. Mad disrespectful. I love that. I don't know what
remember
Steve
that
does.
one time that it was the last year I was driving. I think I was picking up a son and his father, and the son was obviously not even. He was probably 5, and he didn't have a car seat. I didn't have a car seat, and so the guy, he was just like yelling at me like crazy and not being a very good dad, like yelling at the son to shut the hell up. Because I asked the son, how old are you, kid? You know, son, I'm 5. And he said, shut up.
Oh, that's always
really
great.
You're gonna be that way in front of your son? You're gonna talk like that?
Yeah, a lot of times people it says, John says, just to clarify, Steve rolls down his windows precisely halfway and tell minors to go pound sand while being parked behind a cop car. Okay. Thanks for clarifying, John, because I'm not sure I would have been able to meet Steve in Dallas for the podcast conference then if he was into minors, but he's gonna kick your ass, John. Good clarification. Yeah, that lady was rough, and hopefully I always feel karma comes back. Karma will come back. I think he should have called the cops sooner, especially if they were minors. Like, do you really want to get in an altercation with a minor? Like, I would have got out of that car and I would have took my keys and then I would just like call the cops. Just let them deal with that lady. I mean, no, thank you.
Well, as I said, they shouldn't have been in the car in the first place.
No, I'm leaning towards you are correct. I don't think they were in college. I think the gal or the girl next to her seemed, I know we didn't see a lot of her, but she did pop over once or twice. She looked really young. So, yeah, don't take minors, y'all. Like, it ain't worth it.
And the thing that really bothers me the most is that she was the one disrespecting him from
Yeah.
from the beginning, right?
Yeah,
It was
totally.
the you are beneath me. You need to do what I say because I have paid you $14. Seriously, $14. You're
Well,
living
my
in a
guess
world where that is money. I mean, come on.
well, it probably is for her. She didn't wanna take the bus, so she's like, "All right, I'm gonna pay $14." I mean, it probably is a splurge for her, and I can understand her being frustrating. I can dollars to donuts, it was a minor thing. He realized they were minors and said,
Right.
Get out."
Get out of
Um,
my car. Yes.
right. You gotta remember, guys, you get accused of something like we're
Oh,
talking about, Steve with minors. Like if you get accused of that, you're done. You're not only going to get deactivated, you're going to
it
maybe
might
get
be on your record.
Yeah, like even if that chick was lying, which you guarantee she was, like it's tough. Like it's tough out there. You just got to be smart and do not take
Yes.
minors. Men, even if it was a boy, it doesn't matter. I mean, the boy could say the same damn thing. The guy beat the shit out of me or he touched me or whatever. It doesn't gender has nothing to do with it. So just be careful out there, y'all.
And
So,
get that dash cam.
of
That'll save
course.
your job.
Yeah, it
And
will.
might save your life.
Well, yeah, like think about it. If someone does accuse you and you're like, here's my 8 hours of driving, you can go through that shit. It didn't
Right.
happen. So
Right.
I mean, whatever. All right, moving on. Patreon.com, search a gig economy podcast. We'd love to have you join us for that. We have to do something this month. I think we're gonna meet with someone that Harry recommended. We're trying to book that right now, but if you go to patreon.com and search a gig economy podcast and you sign up for the $10 tier, you get all the old content. Plus, after your third month, you get a gift. And our friend John from North Carolina just got a gig economy podcast clock. It was kind of badass. I really loved it. Yeah, check it out. We'd really appreciate the support. Everyone that's continued to support us, we really appreciate it. It really means a lot to do that. And also our media company, Hey Guys Media Group. You might be interested in starting a podcast and don't know where to go. We can help. Jesper, me, and one other partner are part of this group. We edit podcasts. We help people start them. We can coach you through the things, the best practices, and those kind of stuff. So if you go to heyguysmediagroup.com, you can fill out the contact slip, and we'll get back to you. But yeah, we'd love to help you start a podcast. All right, where are we at? Yeah, there's our glass that Jesper got us for
Sweet
Christmas.
merch.
Sweet merch. All right. So this is kind of interesting.
This is when I read this article, I was just I mean I was like chuckling a little bit. It's not to laugh about, nothing to laugh about, but I was like, you know what? Good for you, Lyft driver. So this article is about
it's the carjacking one, I believe.
yeah, no, yeah. So isn't it?
I think
Policeman found no.
Lyft driver shoots 2 suspects attempting to carjack vehicle in Philly. Am I in the wrong one?
No, that's the one, but the URL is wrong. Okay. Anyways, so that's fine. Sorry, I'm off. So this is it's a story about a Lyft driver. Basically, he's out driving, and all of a sudden, somebody rear ends him, just like taps him a couple times to get his attention, and he stops, and two people come get out of the car, and one of them with an automatic rifle, and kind of say, hey, get out of the car, we're taking your car. Now, the Lyft driver does something which I think I have a lot of respect for right away. He says, I'm a Lyft driver. Let me get my passenger out of the car because you do not want to turn this into a kidnapping situation. So they said, no, we don't want to do that. So he took him out of the passenger out of the car, and they kind of went to the side. Then they took the car. And so the guy with the automatic rifle got into the Lyft driver's car. He took it, and now the Lyft driver pulls his concealed weapon and shoots them both. That's the brilliant thing. And I know I shouldn't be laughing, but he shoots both the driver in his car as well as the driver of the other car and hits them both. And they're now both in the hospital. And he's telling them this is in the middle of the day. And so the police gets there, and all people who watched all of it telling the story, and so all of a sudden they thought the people were victims. Now come to say, no, they are actually the
Suspect.
people, the suspects, and now they had to put police next to their to their beds in the hospital. I just thought it was, yes, we are not allowed to carry a weapon. But oh my gosh, that was so. I mean, it was like that was one for the good guys. I couldn't help but think other than that. It's like, oh, it just felt good. And I know I shouldn't even say feel good to shoot people. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like, why are you doing shit like this? And now you got what you got. You got what you.
Yeah, that's called karma.
Yeah.
So
No.
a couple
Exactly.
of things I disagree with. One, I don't think you can shoot somebody when they're driving away. I mean, he might have some charges coming his way. I mean, if he wasn't being threatened or attacked.
Really?
Yeah, like if they
Okay.
just got in his car and took away and he shot him, like that's going to be a problem for that Lyft driver. Not only
Is that like a state? Could that be different from state to state? Maybe.
yes, 100%. I think in Florida there's a stand your ground. I think you can shoot anybody if they look at you wrong, and you know what I mean. So
Sure.
it could be a state by state thing. Philadelphia is pretty strict, so I don't know. My guessing he's going to be in trouble. I mean, I'm glad he did it. Don't get me wrong. Fuck those guys. Like they deserve to get shot.
Right.
But I'm glad he took the passenger out. That was very smart thinking. But yeah,
I mean,
he might have some charges.
Yeah, and he might. In the story, it does say that none of them are, they're not dead. One of them does have critical injuries, but it didn't say that they were going to, pass away from the injuries. So there's
Yeah.
that.
Well, that's good. But excuse me. Yeah, I think they're going to get charges. I really do. You just can't go willy nilly, but we'll see. And he's going to get deactivated from Lyft. So
Well, there's that. But if nothing else, he saved that woman's life. Likely, there was a female passenger in his car.
Yeah, for sure.
So and he had the wits to kind of think up things, from the right perspective.
Yeah,
so I just have a ton of respect for that. So
yeah, I think most states say though that property isn't worth, like like in Michigan, if someone breaks in your house, right? This is crazy, and they are not threatening you, and they're like grabbing your TV and walking out, you cannot shoot them. You cannot shoot them.
Texas, though, different story.
Oh, Texas, you can light them up like a Christmas tree. But in Florida, probably the same thing. But yeah, I think that's stupid. I think the rule should be if they're in your house, giddy up, motherfucker. Like you're done. Like you've already broke that violation by breaking into my house while me and my family are home, and I can't shoot you because you're not threatening or coming towards me. I mean, anyways, that's a topic for a different day. But this one, my friend placed an order and her shopper sent this text. I'm saving up for a Tesla and an engagement ring, so let me know anything I can do to serve you better today. Happy New Year. I'm starting on your order. So I see a lot of these, not to this kind of extreme, but I see a lot of people like, oh, I'm a single mom with 3 kids, and it's like, I get that. Like, I feel for you. I don't feel for that guy saving up for a Tesla. I mean, I think it's kind of funny.
Right.
I think he should kind of say, I'm just kidding. This is just a joke, but blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if it is. But I just do your job. Just say thank you. I'm starting your order. Thanks for whatever. Just brief messages. If someone's texting me all this shit, I'm like, I don't care. Just fucking deliver the food. Like, great, you're on your way. Super. The app tells me when you're on your way. I don't need to know. I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong boat.
I think it's the same as back in the days when we talked about the people who would ask for the tip. I always thought it was wrong. It's like before you picked up the people, remember, I'm taking this extra turn. I don't have to drive you, whatever the hell they would write, right? It's like, no, don't ask for the tip. Just do it because that's what you're being paid for to do. And yeah, if you do good service and they tip you, good on you. But don't ask for the tip up front. Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I'm okay with it is if you're going to take a long trip and you ask for cash up front. I'm okay with that. But anything else is kind of
a different story, though, because you're asking, then you are doing, it's a different,
Yeah. So, so this one, we're going to kind of fly through these a little bit as we're coming up on time.
So the
Delivery.
driver slams customers for promising big tips. So basically, this is the same thing. Well, it's not the same thing. He's not asking for the tip, but so this is the other side of it, if you will. Just, are you going to show the video? But
No, I'm not, because I forgot to download.
okay, so the gist of it is that I believe it's DoorDash. It's the fact that they promise a much bigger tip up front to get the order picked up, and then when they actually deliver it, they lower the tip. And so it's the whole thing about what's it called, tip baiting. So to better get the order picked up. And of course the delivery driver gets mad about it and don't like the tip baiting concept. But in the Reddit thread where it's going on, a lot of people are talking about how they don't like that they promised a big tip and then he picks up 3 or 4 other orders at the same time, and so their food is still cold when it gets there because the driver takes 3 or 4 orders at the same time. And I can see that concept. I can see it absolutely, and then that's annoying. But
is that necessarily tip baiting? You weren't getting the service you were promised. That's not tip baiting. You're tipping good because you want to get your food hot. It comes cold.
So so in that case, he's not lowering the tip because he was tip baiting. He's lowering the tip
because of the
because
service.
the food was cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess in that case, the fact that you can lower the tip is reasonable and okay, right?
Yeah. I kind of like Uber's thing. It's you get 1 hour. If you don't lower the tip or adjust it within that hour, sorry, you lost your opportunity. I think that's fair. It gives the customer ample time to enjoy the food, and if they're gonna lower it, they're gonna lower it. I don't know if anything else is like that. I think Uber's is the most strict on that, is the 1 hour. I don't know.
Now, how long do you have a DoorDash?
See, I don't know. I think it's like a lot longer than that, or maybe you can't even reduce it on DoorDash. I don't know. I don't think you can on DoorDash. I think you can add it later, but I don't think you can reduce it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know.
We know you don't know.
Hey, shut up.
And this guy, this TikToker, was on Uber Eats, so he is right when he's talking about
Uber Eats, yep.
That you can reduce the tip. And I've had, out of maybe 30 or 40 Uber Eats, I've had 1 or 2 do that, and they reduce it like $1 or whatever. I'm like, okay, if that makes you feel better, whatever. Like, it doesn't really bother me at all. So, but I have had Walmart. See, Walmart is tricky. When I do Walmart, the tips show up 24 hours. I know, tricky. And they don't really tell you which order it's from. So what I try to do is, at least so I know what my tip. So like, let's say I get a $27 order with a $7 tip. So I know my base is going to be 20. And then let's say I get another one. So two $7. So I know the next day I should get an additional $14, and they'll say it's a tip, but they won't tell you which one it's from. So it's kind of confusing, but I've had them not tip. I've had the tips not come through. And who do I go to? Who knows if Walmart's dicking the dog on that or the customer took it away? I don't know. It's so hard to track that shit. Like we talk about transparency. There's not much with Walmart, to be honest with you. So, okay, let's see. This is just a picture of DoorDash is a bunch of lying pricks. I accepted this order for Safeway because it said it was 1 item. What it really was 15 cases of water. How do they get away with this BS? Okay, first of all, fucker, why did you take it? Like, why didn't you drop it? Like, people are going to keep doing this because you still delivered it, you dumbass. Like, yeah, I understand you don't want to take the hit on whatever, the AR, the acceptance rate or the cancellation rate or whatever it is. I get it. You don't want to take the hit on that. But if you complete the order, then they're like, oh, that dumbass did it, so let's do it to the next dumbass.
Right.
So Walmart's a little different. It says 20 items, and 10 of it could be gravy packets. So it's kind of tricky, and you don't know until you get there. So even though it says it's like a 30 item or a 40 item, it truly is sometimes only like a 20 item because, they ordered a bunch of chips or pop or whatever. So anyways, this is my insight on it.
Would this have been one order, 1 item, or would it have been 25 items in Walmart?
See, at Walmart, it would have been that many items, whatever pack whatever it was. I can't remember. How many did he have? 15 cases. I'm like, God, your car must have been like squatting. You didn't have an SUV. Yeah, it would have said 15 items, and then I would have pulled up, and then I've been like, oh, okay, well, I would have been pissed at that too. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Even if it said 15 items and I saw that it was 15 of those fuckers, I would have been like, son of a bitch. But I still would have done it because the pay was good. He probably got paid $6.
Right.
So. All right, real quick, Moves Financial. Yay, we kind of move things around a little. Get it? Kind of move things around a little bit. Moves Financial is the new home for your gig business and the unofficial bank account for gig workers coast to coast. With thousands of members across all 50 states, they are a financial platform tailored to the way we work, helping us track and manage our gig earnings all in one place. You can download the app on iOS and Android. They also offer cash advances up to $1,000, interest-free checking, interest-free, calculated simply based on gig earnings. So, over the, a couple of weeks, they say, oh, you average about $250 a week. They'll loan you for $250. So no credit check, no paperwork. They're basically a great company, a great financial company. And they're trying to, if you earn a certain amount of money, you get some stocks from either Uber or Lyft or Grubhub or whatever. And they're trying to basically say, hey, we want to own some of this company and we're going to be able to move the needle a little bit. Honestly, I think there's a long way to go with that, but this is the first step to actually getting a little bit of control. Don't you think, Jesper?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if everyone signed up for a Moves financial debit card and started doing that, I mean, there's a lot of gig workers. Like right now, I think it's $5,000 for Uber stock. Now, mind you, you don't have to deposit $5,000. You have to just earn $5,000 and then you get the Uber stock. I mean, that shit's going to add up quick. And there's all of a sudden there's going to be like 10% of Uber is owned by the drivers. And like, shit, Uber's going to start looking, going, damn, what are we doing here? So, I can't wait till they explode.
There's a lot. 10% is a lot, though. I'd like to point that out.
I understand that, but hey, when people put their mind to it, they can get shit done. I mean, honestly, we talked about this, I think on Steve's show about striking. Striking does nothing. Like at least this, they would take notice. Like, wow, they're really trying. Like all these drivers are trying to collectively own this, and they can, they'll take notice at least. 10% probably not. Let's baby step this shit. So, but yeah, check them out. They've been a huge supporter of our show. Download the app, get the card, and you'd really love them. Real quick, I don't know where the disclaimer is. Son of a bitch. Fill time, Jesper.
Well, you click on the link. There's a disclaimer. So, anyway,
no, it's not. That's not the disclaimer. That's the download link.
Oh,
I got it. This took me a second.
There you go.
Got him.
I'm not good at filling time tonight.
Moves Financial is a financial technology company. It is not a bank. Banking service provided by Blue Ridge NA, member FDIC. The Moves Financial Visa debit card is issued by Blue Ridge Bank NA pursuant to license from Visa USA Incorporated and may be used everywhere. Visa debit cards are accepted. Oh, another bot. Damn. We're going quick. I guess that's good that we got 2 bots.
He's gone.
I mean, that means we're doing something. Okay. Why not? Because fuck you, Mark. I'm gonna kick your ass. Let's play Call of Duty right now. I'm gonna kick your ass. Why not? Because I like saying it. Son of a bitch. Why don't you even put a picture up there? You're just like this icon there. Let's see your freaking face.
Go
ahead. Yes.
So Uber wants you. No, it's not Uber. Is it?
It's a guarantee.
Yeah. Is it Uber?
Yeah, it's Uber.
It's Uber. So you have to select your guarantee by January 5, which is today. For a limited time, complete a set number of trips within 30 days, and you'll guarantee you'll make a set amount of money. So basically, $5,550 if you make 370 trips, averaging 40 hours a week.
That's insane, dude.
Only good in San Francisco Bay Area.
Of course, but 370 trips, $5,500. I mean, am I thinking that's crazy? Did we do the math and how much is that per trip?
We didn't, but I will because that's who I do.
That's who you do?
That's how I do it.
$14. That's only $14.86 a trip. Or did I do the math right? I think so. 5,500 divided by 370, right?
$15 an hour. $15.
Yeah, that's
per trip.
$15 a trip. I guess that's not that good then. I don't
But
know.
it's
I was
okay, though, on average.
but in San Francisco?
I don't know.
That seems super low. That doesn't mean 15 an hour. That means $15 per trip. But
So 30 days, 40 hours a week. So I mean that's 160 hours.
divided by, look at this math. 370 divided by 160. That's not right. 160.
$34 an hour.
Is it? Okay.
Roughly.
I mean, I know guys, well, you know.
But that's a lot of driving. You're right, Marissa. That is a lot of driving.
The rideshare guy talked about he's got somebody or someone on his staff that makes like $1,000 a week driving 20 hours. So I don't think $34 an hour is going to cut it. I got so excited by that number. I wanted to share it, but now I did the math. I'm like, fuck this shit.
But it's a guarantee though, right? So
that's true. I mean, they probably would make more than that. That's, you know,
you would think so. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to fly through these, Jesper. I'm just going to take them all myself. This one is kind of not interesting, but it says I was attacked today. The police arrived 45 minutes after I called 911. That's ridiculous, by the way. Uber and Lyft driver in New York City are under attack more than ever, but I don't think the New York City government is taking it seriously. I don't know much about this, but I know drivers are getting, I mean, look at the video we played earlier. So just keep your sense about you. If you're feeling tingly, meaning, you know, you got the spidey sense, you know, maybe cancel and move on. You just never know. So
good night, Steve.
Steve going nunite already?
Yep.
Okay. Real quick, this guy stole mad disrespectful. Yes, I love that, John. Fuck yes. It's like my favorite thing right now. Here's a quick video. This guy stole $100 worth of Taco Bell and they confronted him. We'll play that real quick.
No, listen, bro. He had an accident. I'm eating McDonald's right now. I can show you the McDonald's I'm eating.
So where's the food at?
I don't know. He had an accident. He talked to
So you're telling me you ain't got the food here?
No.
So the food just disappeared in the accident.
I guess he took it back. I don't know. I don't know. I don't DoorDash. I don't know any of this stuff. Like seriously. So go to the place. Stop.
What's up?
Just leave, bro.
So how did he know where the food were?
I don't know.
That was the person who ordered the food. How did he know where the food were?
Yeah, I definitely need to read into that. I mean, there's almost 10,000 comments, but yeah, I don't know. I'd have to dig in that a little bit more, but did the other guy have a gun? One of the comments says man was really about to stab someone over taco.
Yeah,
so is that why the guy pulled the gun? I didn't see the guy having a knife, but
yeah, he had a knife. Yep.
Oh, well, I'd pull my gun too. I was like, guy, why are you pulling the gun? He just came out. I didn't know he had a knife.
He came at him with a knife. Yep.
Oh my gosh. One of the comments, imagine losing your life over Taco Bell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that either. How he knew where he was, like where he lived. Maybe he followed him. I mean, that would be the only way, right? Like you see the guy take the Taco Bell, you quick hop in your car and you follow him.
Yeah.
I guess that would be the only thing, but
probably didn't cancel the delivery and it showed the drive just chilling at that address. Yeah, no, you're right. If he didn't cancel it, because
that's a good point.
But then he almost deserves it because then he is also an idiot.
Oh, Jesper, you're like, you deserve to get shot. Like all that. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what Mark said. Probably didn't cancel the delivery and show the driver just chilling. He's probably high AF and didn't cancel it. Like you got to cancel that shit.
He's like $100 worth of Taco Bell. Oh yeah, I'm taking that, baby.
So John says he followed the driver home. Yeah, I didn't see the knife. I didn't see it. So when the guy pulled the gun, I was like, why is that guy pulling a gun? I mean, that escalated. Like if you're gonna fight, there's no weapons. Don't pull your gun. Use your fists. Like what the fuck? Okay, so I gotta read this. I know we're almost done, and this is a little lengthy, and then we'll wrap after this. And it's a little long, but I'm gonna read it. I think it's funny. A word to the wise. What's up?
Steve is back.
You interrupted me. What? What did you say?
He says he's back.
Oh, God damn it. We talked like 3 times at the same time. All right, here we go. A word to the wise about sneaking past when a door code won't work. So basically, like trying to get into a building, when someone, opens it. So the other night got a late logistics block. This is from an Amazon Flex driver group, where a lot of door codes for high-rise apartments weren't working. For a couple, I managed to slip in when someone came in and were out. But my luck ran out on the last package for the block. There were 5 door codes listed. Tried them all. None worked. Tried calling the customer. No luck. Was about to mark it. No access when someone let me in. They were super friendly and were like, oh, you can just pop it by the door. Got in the elevator, pushed a button. No movement. Need a fob for the elevator. So I was like, well, that's that, I guess. As I was leaving, there was a big sign about getting a fob for package deliveries. Follow the signs to the fob, no fob. But another sign saying if the fob is missing, you can access the lockers using elevator C1 and go to parking P3. Okay, I'm already confused. Okay, why not? It was my last package for the night, and I was already finishing a bit early. I'll go that extra mile. I get it, too. Like, I have a saying, no packages are going back to the warehouse. That shit is going to get delivered. Gets out of the parking lot, really nice bank of Amazon lockers, pop the package in the residence locker, get back to the elevator, jump in as it arrives, hit a button, no movement. You need a fob to make it move. So I hit the button to open the doors, go back into the parking garage and look for the stairway entrance. Hey, guess what? You need a fob to get in the stairwell. Okay, I'll just find the entrance to the garage and walk around the block to my car, which I would do. Finally found the entrance. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Instead of just a little arm that comes down, it was an entire metal gate covering the entrance. And you guessed it. You need a fob to open it. Okay, so I'm thinking, don't panic. Okay, just call someone. I'm in a huge cement coffin. There's no service, and the gates are acting like homemade Faraday cage. I don't know what that is. So nope, cell phones aren't going to work. I sit by the garage entrance for a few minutes, hoping that someone might come in and I can sneak out. Nope, 8 p.m. Everyone seems to be already settled into their cozy apartments. That you need a fob to access. So I go back to the lockers by the bank of elevators. Certainly someone will come down for their package. While I'm waiting, I noticed about 10 Amazon packages that weren't put in the lockers. So while I waited, I put the packages in their respective lockers. After about 30 minutes, I was seriously considering using the fire alarm to get the hell out of this garage when suddenly, like magic, the elevator doors opened to a choir of angels singing and I was able to make my escape. So might want to think twice about sneaking in without working access code. I know from now on, if code no worky, your package gets marked no access. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? I'd be freaking out too.
Half an hour though. Holy moly.
He knows to never like go in there again. Like lesson be learned. Like, man, hope he put that at his Facebook group. Like, hey, this apartment complex, do not screw with it because you're gonna get stuck in there. So Mark, did I read that one okay? He said I read the disclaimer bad. I'm gonna kick him in the nuts. But guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been good to be back. Thank you for all your support over the years and this coming 2022. We don't have really anything exciting on the cards. We're just going to plow through and talk about gig work. Hopefully, Jesper will get back to work at some point taking passengers. But again, as this pandemic rages, passengers is a no-go, man. Just a no-go. Any closing thoughts?
Nope. No thoughts.
I've been seeing your kitties in the background a couple of times.
Oh yeah, they're back there. They're back there.
Nice.
So
all right, guys, have a good night. Stay safe and don't put up with anyone's bullshit. All right, good night.
No bullshit, guys. Good night.